Well, hello everyone. Welcome to My Raw Life. I'm Adrena Young, and I'm going to show you guys today how I eat. That's a rarity in my household because I drink more than I eat, so that means I do a lot of juicing. But again, today I had a taste for something spicy, and so some people would ask, how can you have a spicy meal if you don't cook? So today I'm going to show you how I make a meal using all raw ingredients as well as adding some different things to it just to make it spicy for me. I am originally from Louisiana, so we do like spicy food. And when you guys look at my ingredients, you'll notice that, well, let me just say this. I've already washed everything, so I wouldn't take up that much time on camera, but I will name them off and put them in here, and we're gonna just proceed so you can see how I eat. Well, the first one I'm gonna use is cucumber, and I'm also gonna use half of zucchini. I'm not sure if I'm going to use half or more, but we'll see as we go along. So what I'm going to do now, take them and put them in my processor and slice them. At first I wanted some noodles, like what is it, the zucchini noodles, because I like them, because I used to eat a lot of noodles, but then I'm like, I really just want the flavor of the spice, but I want all my green goodness, so I just decided I'm going to slice them. So I'm going to put them in my processor. It's going to get loud for a few seconds until we get these all sliced up. And let's make sure I have it on the slicer side. If not, I'll be shredding them. Okay. This is the slicing side. I would have shredded them. Wasn't paying too much attention. Lock that in place. And let's give it a shove down in there. Boy. My daughter usually uses this, so okay, here we go. And I'm just going to turn it on low. Boy, that was quick. I love my processor and stuff. It's Ninja, that's the brand. I love it because it just does everything so quick for me. And precise, a whole lot better than I can sit and chop these up. So we're going to take all of that and just going to dump it in my bowl. I think that's it. Now the other slicing I'm going to do by hand because I don't know, I like to slice too, but I just didn't want to slice that. Alright, so now we've got the cucumber and zucchini in there. The next thing I'm going to do is add my red bell pepper. I'm not going to put the whole thing in there simply because I don't need it all. And just to let you know, I do shop just about every day whenever I'm going to eat something because I want my food really, really fresh. Now, I've learned this along the way. I take the seeds from the bell peppers because they're more seasoned and more flavorful, and I'm going to put them in there because the whole goal of this meal is to have a lot of flavor. So I'm going to make sure that I get all the seeds in there. The seeds tend to add more flavor to me. I don't know. It may be different for you guys. And I'm not going to, used to, I would core out the inside of it. But because I want everything that it can offer me, I'm just going to go in and slice it. I'm going to do them kind of stripped up because I like pasta. So I'm going to give my mind the illusion that I'm eating something that I'm really not eating. Because that's what happens with a lot of people. They have the illusion of what they're eating. That's why I don't really understand vegans and things like that. Because if you want cheese, just go get cheese. Don't get something that gives you an illusion. But for me, I just want the flavor. And I know it's also going to soak up a whole lot better the seasonings that I put in here, the thinner that I slice the bell peppers. And for those who are using a knife, please be very careful. If you're going to use something else, be careful with that as well. I always use safety in the kitchen. Okay, now I've got an orange one. It's going to be very pretty too, even though I've got a lot of my greens. Oh, look at there. Look. It's got one already growing on the inside of it. How neat. I should have paid more attention. But anyway, we're going to use it. We're going to chop that up. Drop it in there. And remember, for the purpose of more flavor, I use the seeds. So I make sure I get those in there really good. Now, if you're not wondering, let me just share with you, I don't consume a lot of food that I have to chew. And my daughter, she's behind the camera. She's always like, "Are you eating today?" And I said, "No, I'm done," after I've had a good green drink. Just about, well, I won't say every day. I try to every day. It depends on how my schedule is to consume a green drink, unless I'm resting. And as we go on, you're going to hear me talk about resting a lot. We'll get into what resting is. And I know a lot of people do fasting, but I fast every day. And we'll get that understood. I'll explain that also and what that means. All right, so I have the red, the yellow, and the red, the orange, and here's the yellow bell pepper. I'm going to drop that in there as well. Again, making sure I get my seeds in. Believe it or not, you would not believe how many fruits and vegetables have seeds that are very good for you. One that I recently learned about, because I'm always learning about this life, is cantaloupe. You can dry them out and you can toast them, or you can just pop them on a salad or whatever, and eat them. They're good for you. So I can't remember all the good attributes that they have, but of course most fruits and vegetables have at minimal 100 different things that it can do for you. 100 different properties, I think that's what they call it. Okay, so now I've got my bell peppers, and of course you can put it in any order. And this is one of those things where, because I'm only wanting flavor, I want to make sure I put things in here that's going to give me flavor. Jalapeno peppers. Oh, I love them. So I'm going to split that down the middle. Now, I'll get an opportunity. I'm definitely, of course, as you can see already, there's no way I can consume all of that. So my husband is going to eat this for dinner as well. But normally, I get, I get about 2 meals out of me making a concoction of veggies and stuff. But I use a smaller bowl. I usually use a bowl about... let's see, about double this size. And that's what I normally eat out of. And I usually it takes me about 3 to 4 hours to eat it all, if I'm able to eat it all, or a couple of days. But I normally eat a meal once a day, within the span of 3 hours or so. And now this right here, I'm going to keep the jalapeno seeds as well. And they are hot. I learned that. I usually core out the seeds so that I won't have that much heat. But today my goal is heat, because not that I struggled, but I did question earlier, should I go get some Thai food? My daughter, she and I were talking about it. And she really keeps me on cue a lot of times in reference to the way I eat. She'll say, "Mommy, are you going to eat cooked food?" And I said, "No." I said, "I thought about it, but nah." Whenever I look at giving up what I've worked so hard to achieve, it's so easy for me to say no to it. I don't know about you. All right, so now the next thing we're going to add to it, I'm getting a lot of extra space here. Let me move my other veggies out of the way so that we can put our new veggies here. Will you sit that over there for me? And I'll put them up whenever I'm done. Okay. Put that in the garbage disposal. All right, so now we're going to chop up some spinach. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I'm learning that keep the stems because there's nutrients in it. I used to go through and pick it like I was picking collard greens back in the day. But now I keep it all because I want all the nutrients, because honestly, I know a lot of people may disagree with this, but the only supplements I take is what I can get from my food. So if my food is healthy and it has what I need in it, then that's where I'm going to get all of my nutrients and, vitamins and all of that stuff. Potassium, I get it from my food. So you're going to hear Maya moving around in the background with her naan bread. She's about to make her some naan chips for her hummus. Now, I am not the one to frown upon anyone eating cooked food. It's just my choice. I do suggest that you make wise decisions in whatever cooked food that you are eating. And that's the one thing I'm so proud of Maya about. She's beginning to make some extremely wise choices with the foods that she eats simply because she sees her mommy getting better. Not that I was sick or anything. I was just sick of being the way that I was. So the next thing I'm adding is some kale. Kale has become my go-to green. And I remember Maya telling me some time ago that kale used to be a decorative item. Is that right?
Yes. Pizza Hut was the biggest wholesale buyer of kale because they would use it to decorate their buffets.
And now you're buying it to eat and be healthy. So I love kale. I love it. When I make my green drink, the first two things that go in, well, the first thing that goes in is kale. The second thing, if I have it, is spinach because I use it on a regular basis. I run out of it. So I always try to get me a bag of kale and keep it in the freezer, which I have one in there now, because it offers me a lot of what I need. So I've dropped the kale in there, and I have the spinach in there. And you can't see, but it's very colorful and pretty whenever you get the mixing everything up. So now we're going to, that's all of that. Now I'm going to add some onion. Remember, I'm going for spice. And I like onion anyway. I've always enjoyed the flavor of onion whenever I started cooking on my own. Boy, that onion, ooh. It's dripping. Its juices. Let me peel the outside off here. Let me give you a little bit of history about myself because I'm on here just talking about food and some of you don't really know much about me. In reference to getting to this place where I'm eating no cooked food. I've watched many videos of people with these type of lifestyles that they say they live: vegan, vegetarian, special diet stuff. Well, I don't like diets. Some would say, well, you have a diet because that's what you eat, but this is the way of life. This is a way of life for me. I put everything in my life around what I choose to do. And so in eating raw, I remember, I think Maya and I have had this conversation. How can a person say they eat raw if they're not eating all raw? So I'm quite sure I know that I took the challenge just to see if I could do it. And I end up feeling so amazing. And then I went back, I think it was like 3 to 4 days in a row. Let me rinse my hands from the onion. I do that because you put that onion in your eyes, you have a problem. But anyway, I did that for some days. And then I came back and I ate cooked food one day. And boy, I felt horrible. I felt really bad. And I thought, well, maybe it was the food, I blamed it on the food. And I'm not going to say everybody else is going to have this problem, but I'm just going to tell you what happened with me. And then I went back and was eating raw. And we went out to eat Thai food, which was amazing. And it was amazing. It really was good. And then we went out to eat that, and I ate it. It was so good, but then I felt bad again. And I was like, oh, man, that food was so good. I didn't think it was going to bother me. Because normally if something's going to bother me, I realize it in about first 20 minutes after eating it. But then, it was the next day. I was feeling real just yucky in my stomach. And then I get home. I was out of town then. I get home, and I begin to... I go to a restaurant where I know I've always eaten there. The food's never bothered me. It was actually our favorite, Maya, our shrimp fajitas. And I ate 2 of the shrimp. I remember I ate 2 of the shrimp out of it. And I ate a fajita, and I was like, I'm done. And I felt bad again. I said, okay, I'm done. I'm done with cooked food because I've tried it 3 times. I know this shouldn't have hurt me. and it did not make me feel good, and I'm done with it. And I've been off of it ever since. Has it been a struggle? I won't say, because Maya, she cooks, she bakes, she loves to bake. She doesn't bake anymore, but it's really not a struggle. As a matter of fact, I find all the great things out of it that I can see is that my kitchen doesn't have a lot of dirty dishes besides my juicer, my processor, things like that. My tea kettle is used a lot, things like that. But other than that, it makes me happy. So now that I've gotten that in there, now we're going to start flavoring it. The onion flavors it, but let me do this also. I got some pumpkin seeds, just they're raw. They're not roasted or anything. They're raw pumpkin seeds. Do you need something?
Getting something from underneath here.
Okay. So I'm going to put a handful of pumpkin seed in there. And I also got some sunflower seeds. They're raw as well. They're not toasted. So I'm going to put a handful in there as well. Normally I would make this in a bowl where I could shake it, but for the purpose of showing you guys what I'm doing, I put it in here. And my stove doesn't get turned on a lot either, so that's a good energy saver. Now, and I'm going to add some lemon. I love the flavor of lemon now. This is how I, no, go ahead, you're good. She's trying to get one of those pans, those big pans out that she can lay her chips on, her naan bread on, and toast them. She's fine. You guys are going to hear a lot coming some days as we continue doing this. I'm not going to disrupt their life just because I want you guys to know about my life. So anyway, I've really gotten into lemon a lot, and this is an organic lemon grown in California, produced in the USA. The sad part is we don't know how true that is. But anyway, hopefully it's true. So I've gotten into lemon a lot, and I got into lemon because when I got away from dairy before I got raw, before I started eating totally raw, I got away from dairy a long time ago. And so I had to find ways to flavor my salad without the dressing. And I got away from sugar as well. I got away from sugar got away from sugar and dairy around the same time. So when I got away from sugar and dairy, I found out, I was like, man, you can't hardly find any dressings. You can find some vinaigrettes, but they still have sugar in it. And so I said, well, let me keep it simple. I went and got some lemon, put some Italian seasoning in with it, some pepper, and some sea salt. And I like it. So I just kept doing that. And when I go places, you can always ask for lemon. So they'll make sure they have lemon. And Maya doesn't want to be in the camera, but she's in it. You can always ask for lemon. So now when I go to different places, I'll ask for a salad and lemon on the side for the sake of having a dressing. So now that I've juiced it really good, I'm going to try to pop the seeds out. Okay. And I'm going to just add the lemon juice to it. I'm going to use more than one lemon because this is a lot. Normally when I'm just making it for myself, I'm using one lemon because I really like the flavor of lemon. If you notice, you see the pulp there, I'm just going to take it and scrape it off in there as well. Scrape off as much as I can. You need something else, Maya?
I don't know where the olive oil is.
Oh, it's down here. Hang on. Let me grab the olive oil for her. Is it down here? Yes. Okay. Grab the olive oil. Yeah, I get the extra virgin, and it's, I heard the rule of thumb, if it's not green, it's not really the real olive oil, so I try to make sure it's green. I don't even hardly use it anymore. Like, that would be great. Before, I would add olive oil to this as well, but I've stopped really using it, and I know some people would disagree. Well, you need those oils and those fatty acids. Hey, I got other stuff that'll do that. All right, so, I forgot to get the seed out. I have to tell my husband watch it because some of these seeds are not chewable. Oh, that would be funny. All right, so again, gonna add the pulp in there. And I did get a type of oil today that I am gonna try in here, and I'm hoping that I like it. Thank you. Oh, my lovely assistant. Mine's like my third arm. All right, so now what I'm going to do, crushed peppers. I love crushed peppers.
You have that 6 pepper seasoning?
Yeah, I'm gonna put that in here too. So, gonna take about that much. I don't measure a whole lot of stuff. And then I also have, oh my gosh, I'm about out of it. I love this stuff. It's Italian seasoning blend, and it comes with oregano, thyme, basil, rosemary, sage, and it just, I use a lot of it. You can tell. And so I'm just gonna dump quite a bit in there. I am a seasoned person. I love seasoned herbs. And there's some parsley. I'm gonna put some parsley in there. You know, parsley has a lot of iron. Yeah, shake, 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 shake. I use a lot of parsley. Now, here are some things that may seem a little bit weird, but I've grown to enjoy. Fennel seeds. They are good for you. They have kind of an odd taste, but for the purpose, and I have some already open, for the purpose of me wanting this great flavor, I'm going to use some today. And sometimes I just get fennel seeds if I want a really odd flavor or something just to tingle my tongue. I'll just pop some fennel seeds, and they're good for you anyway. And you don't have to use a whole lot of them. Then I have this. I don't know. I picked this up one day as garlic jalapeno. I picked it up one day, and I like it. And we used to put it on our popcorn whenever I eat popcorn. Mike still eats popcorn. It is good on popcorn. So if you're looking for something a little bit different, and it does have some salt in it. You know, it has natural flavors in it, and I just have to tell you, it is not 100% organic, but now the one that Maya's talking about, I should have already had these down, which I don't have it down. It is not in front of my face, but it's 6 peppers, and I really like it, and I was hoping that I could find it, but I don't see. Here it is. 6 peppers. The next time I'll try to have all this stuff already out. 6 peppers, and the 6 peppers are chili pepper, black pepper, red pepper, green pepper, and then spice extract. But so it doesn't give you every pepper that's in here, but it is kind of spicy. It has a good kick to it. I'm gonna put some of that in there. And now that we have everything in here, I really, really, really wanted some, what is that? I wanted Maya to fix me some pico to go in with it, but she didn't do it. But it's okay. I'm fine with it. I will have it next time. Because like I said, there's no way I can eat all of this. Now I'm just putting some Himalayan sea salt in here. That's going to do it. You notice I didn't put any black pepper, because sometimes black pepper has a flavor that I really don't want to deal with. And I guess I don't want to do it today. I'm going to get my spoons. Now, before I add the oil that I was telling you about, I'm going to toss it just a little bit to kind of turn everything over. Now, this is new to me, what I'm about to put on here. It's new. I haven't eaten it before. But no matter what, I'm going to eat it anyway, because I made it. And it's green. So this is hot chili oil, and we got this from the Asian food aisle. It's soy oil and chili oil, And it's supposed to have a little kick to it. So we're going to see what it tastes like. I don't know. James may not eat it after he so he doesn't eat as much spice, but he does pretty well. So James is my husband. But anyway, let's go ahead and pop this open. I'm not going to put a lot though, because I don't even know what it tastes like. Well, it doesn't smell so spicy. Sometimes really hot food smells spicy. Okay, so well, that's it. I'm going to put it on a plate. Taste it to let you guys know what it tastes like. Next time I need to put my zucchini and cucumber on top. I'm having a hard time finding it. Now I'm gonna tell you, it's very, very pretty to me. And a weird thing, you guys, I'm just gonna tell you, it's a weird thing, but I like to eat my salad with chopsticks. I do. I don't know why. I don't know where I picked that up from, but I do. So let's taste it. Mmm.
Smells really spicy.
Oh my. It's so good. Mmm. Wanna taste? What do you think?
Lemony, spicy.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
Mmm. This is a winner. It's good. If you want to know, well, go back and watch the video, everything that I put in there. Or what I'll do is you can email me, info@goodoldfolks.org, and I'll send you everything I put in here. Thank you so much. Until the next time, continue to be gold. Do your best to live well. And you'll hear more from my raw life. Have a good one. Bye-bye.